Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new compilation from Interval Audio Elan Vital Saison 4, or Season 4. Not going to do too much of an introduction here because there are a mammoth 23 tunes to get through today. Important thing to remember though being that the Elan Vital series is the one that is non-dubstep. So yeah, there might be a bit of dubstep influence here and there, but Elan Vital for the most part is meant to be for going beyond what they usually do at Interval, that being dubstep. Hearing all of these for the first time, going to talk about them as they go on and kind of summarise along the way, and I will spend a little bit of time right at the end after all 23 talking about the compilation as a whole. So yeah, let's get to it. And first up we have Zephyr and Anumi with How I Feel. Here we go. A little bit jarring, that snare, but loving the energy so far. A little bit scratchy in the production. Ooh, bit of a Prodigy vibe here. Oh my, what does it remind me of? That pendulum song that goes yeah, reminding me of that, and it's got a kind of Prodigy flavour to it as well, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah, carrying on. Yeah, that drop idea I didn't find particularly with a strong direction behind it. Quite muddy in the production as well, but the energy's good. I mean, it's just very full on. Okay, bit of groove here. A bit too grainy and full on for me, I would have to say. Little moment of respite. Quite grainy, if you know what I mean, like just a bit white noisy. It's the kind of thing that if you want to just lose your mind in and go crazy and just be a bit reckless with, you're going to love it and you're going to get lost in it. But if you're just trying to appreciate it as a kind of idea, anything catchy, then you're probably not going to get it there. But heavy and full on, not with a strong direction per se, ideas-wise, but sonically as well, just a bit overblown and white noisy, I would say. But yeah, as I mentioned, if you want to get lost in something, that will be a good tune to do it to. But yeah, moving on. Next up, Darla with Final Border. Quite chamber-like, emerging from beneath. Liking it. Ooh. Oh, shit! Oh! Oh my god, that's sick. Cuts deep, production's sick. Those sounds. Oh, that is getting me right here, right here. Oh! Oh, I'm done. Fuck. Where's it gonna go next? Whilst it's in a kind of comparatively quieter moment, just those fucking bits of contortion, just filling space so well. It just does exactly what you want it to do. Making it all fucking sinewy and twisted. Ah, fuck yeah. Breakdown. Oh! Oh my, this is good. Oh my, oh. Oh, and back in again, come on! It's cutting deep, production is there, got genre switch ups and everything, man. It's fucking epic. I am loving, oh man, that is fucking like, me and many others have griped enough about the lack of flavour and invention and just excitement in the music, in bass music at the moment, and that was saucy. Fuck, that was good. Yes, Darla, my guy. Okay, next up, Executioner with Drank. Making me quite nervy. Okay, where's this one going? Oh, I like that percussion a lot. Oh, that is cheeky. That is cheeky. I like that. What is going to happen here? Where's it going? Is it just going to keep doing this for the whole thing? Which would be fine. I quite like it. Seeping into my body and making me feel a bit uneasy, but in the best way possible, you know, because of the production and atmosphere really there. Just kind of plodding along. Kind of like a drone, you know, overwhelming you with its sound, just kind of really washing over you and trying to put you in a kind of state of trance, I suppose. Very, very interesting tune, you know, the kind of song that you would hear on, like, I don't know, Division or something like that, you know, that kind of label. Quite odd, quite weird, but that's why you like it. It's still got a rhythm and flow and atmosphere to it, as I touched on before. Oh, little prehistoric siren growl thing to close there. Oh, and it just kind of cuts off there, but yeah, that was weird and I liked it. Next up, Redacted with Passenger. Kind of like a western, couple of people facing off, getting their guns ready. Oh my god, it's 7 minutes long. Okay, we are in for a ride. Kind of similar to the first tune from Sapphire and Anumi. A bit too kind of scratchy for me. I would have liked the percussion to be just a little bit fresher and brighter. It's like having a bit of trouble trying to wade through mud, if you get me. Nice to get a bit of chilled music on here though, to be fair. It might have been better later on in the compilation, but of course we don't know. Really deep in on that atmosphere and kind of setting a scene, if you will. Building back up nicely here. I do like the trotting percussion, kind of adds to that whole western kind of feel. Bow, bow. It's the kind of tune where once you get used to it and what it's going for, what it wants to do, it becomes very enjoyable. But yeah, I can imagine for many it will be just a bit too long. Parts of it they'll want to skip because it's just a bit predictable, you know, by this point. 40 seconds to go. It's cool. Refreshing. I like it. Doesn't do a lot, ideas-wise, but I think that's the point. Leaves its marks, slowly but surely. But yeah, good stuff. Okay, next up, Jestic with You Done Know. Oh, that actually scared the shit out of me. Oh, hello, yeah? Oh, okay. Oh, very moody, good, chi, all of them like proper gritty, just fucking getting you here. Yeah, a bit of the production and percussion overall was a bit, again, grainy and just a bit muddy, gravelly, if you will, but the idea fucking slaps, brother. Oh, that is actually, that vocal sample is actually in a Chi song, if I remember right. Oh, no, sorry, a Moody Good song, sorry. It's not difficult to get them mixed up, you know. I do think it could have built on the first drop a bit more, but, I mean, overall, that is a good idea and powerful and incisive and cuts deep. Couple production problems, but yeah, overall, that's fucking good. Next up, Clipper with Veskim. Okay, very full on, very in your face, very abrasive almost, I would say. That snare is not quite the one. There's some good sounds in here, I think, that kind of alarming, and I like that about it. Yeah, you can hear that. Ooh, some nice tripling going on there, sir. Maybe needs a little bit more something else to take it in another direction at this point, maybe. toning the track down a bit before I imagine it ramps back up right again. Oh yeah, a bit more like that development, you know, a bit more higher pitch with the stabs, which is good. Similar problems though with the snare to the first drop, and the part of me that wishes it would just do something a bit more inventive at this point in the track. General flow and rhythm as well is really good, like a good momentum with the track overall, and like a dynamic between everything going on. Some of them are they're a bit, quite high pitch. Yeah, what I've said, some good sounds on show, good flow, good rhythm. Some important aspects not quite on point, I would say. That snare in particular, and yeah, I think it could have had a bit more variation with the ideas, I would say. But yeah, not bad. After that, Lyon with Lost Connection VIP. Ooh, that bass was fucking warm. Is it gonna be another D&B here? Another D&B surprise. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, wild. I mean, that is quite literally Lyon's sound in a D&B format. Huge, manic, just out of control. Hell, that's knocking me over. Oh fuck me, it's going again. It's fucking going again. Here we go, here we go. Fucking hell, yeah boy. Oh, fuck, that is smacking hard. Fucking hell. Back into the D&B. Fucking hell, that was a roller coaster, very full on and aggressive in a good way. I think the second drop was a bit more impactful as a kind of breakdown, but also because I think the production was just a bit better, a bit more clean. Probably one of my favourite Lyon songs so far in his discography, I would have to say. Okay, next up, Totality by Mask. Groovy little bass line there. Liking it. I mean, that is pretty dubsteppy, if I'm being honest. For me, there isn't quite a genuine or honest relationship between the sounds on show here. Yeah, they don't quite fit together well. This is a bit nicer, actually. Contorted. Ooh, that's nice. Some fucking good sounds in here. Just needs a bit more confidence with the ideas, I think, you know, going forward. It seems a bit indecisive with what it wants to do. Some really encouraging stuff there, but yeah, again, as I said, just feels a bit indecisive with its direction and where it's going. After that, Different by Taneki. Very outer-worldly, futuristic, AI, that kind of thing. Okay. Got a bit of a wave vibe to it, you know, that new genre that's kind of emerged in the last year or so. A bit more forthright in the delivery, but yeah, it's got that wavy kind of flavour. It's nice, it's sweet, what can I say? Very well done. Nice transitioning, sir. Nice little breakdown. Oh yeah, I mean, the transitioning here is really good, and the combination of elements, I think, really works. It just blooms more and more as it goes on, you know, revealing more of itself over time with the vocal and different synths. Originally, I wasn't big on it, that first release and whatnot, but yeah, over time, just becomes really nice as a tune, and I like it a decent amount. After that, we have Move by H. That's what I wanted it to do, and it did it. Again, very outer-worldly, kind of spacey. Oh! Ooh, okay! like this a lot. Clean. I mean, the production itself isn't that clean, but the again, transitioning and how well, the composition is, yeah, very sharp. Well done. Yeah, the kick and snare were just a bit grainy, but aside from that, again, yeah, sharp, clean cut. Okay. The swing and flow of it, very infectious, but yeah, you can hear that a bit grainy, a bit gravelly on the ear. Pleasant, uplifting, joyful. Couple of production issues here and there, but yeah, easy to ignore, I think, because it's clean cut and, as I said, just a bit of fun. So yeah, a good track to have at that point in the compilation as well, I would say. So yeah, good stuff. After that, we have Death Killer by Sub Loaded. Here we go. Bit more flavour, bit more colour, bit more jumpiness in here. I did not expect that. Fuck me. I mean, that is some fat trap right there. I really like the contrast between the fat and heavy and fuzzy trap and then these really like sweet, beautiful kind of upbeat, happy-go-lucky sequences as well. Just very funny juxtaposition, and it works, I think, really well. And again, fake out. Oh yeah, transition a bit better there that time. I like that. Fuck me, man. That hits hard. That hits hard. Again, short-lived though. Like, there's a part of me that wanted it to be a bit longer and kind of expand on those ideas a bit more. Maybe have a longer midsection, as I could say for many others here so far, but you know, not a problem. It is a long comp after all, but yeah, another good cut there, I think. Following on from there, we have Stabby with Unreachable. Here we go. Sharp, mate. So far, the execution here is fucking sensational.
Do you feel you have reached this recording in
Oh! Oh my! Some hybrid trap ting! Mate, the flavour, the flavour. Oh, that's good. You know, it really wouldn't work if the snare wasn't on point, but fuck me, thank God. It's a good one, and that just means that everything else on top is unleashed in the perfect way, and this is good. Again, really going for that kind of outer-worldly, extraterrestrial, spacey appeal and theme here. These builds are fucking sharp and tight.
you have reached this recording in
Oh, caught me off guard, fully. Oh yeah.
your call again.
Fuck. Well cut, good ideas. Probably the best stabby track I've heard in a fair while, so I suppose that's probably the biggest compliment I could pay it. You don't often get a lot of hybrid trap tunes like that are well cut and have the necessary production and percussion to back up the cool ideas that we get on top, but that had it. That really had it. Moving on, we have Zenith with Reliquary? I'm gonna go with Reliquary, if that's a word, but if I'm saying that wrong, hit me up and let me know. Here we go. Oh, okay. Who's it remind me of? Revelations by Hades. Got that kind of flavour to it. Also a bit of a December vibe here. Motoring forward. Liking that. Liking that. Transitioning there wasn't amazing. Does need a bit more thickening in the production here. bit more kind of backing it up, pushing the idea forward a bit more. Old Skrillex in there as well, for sure. Ooh, sweet. Not sure the production was kind of fleshed out and developed enough. Very fun and bubbly at its core. And yeah, again, another good mix of influences on show here. Some good vocal chopping and a lot of good going for it, in spite of some of the production not quite being on point. But yeah, is good. After that, we have Cosmodrome by Punker. It's creeping up from below. Ooh, it's an intricate one. It's an intricate one. Very dainty and delicate. Really like that about it, you know. Those kind of pinprick notes just darting out at you. Really, really nice. Atmosphere is there. Very tense without doing all that much, really. Finding its way through your body, you know, kind of snaking through. It's turned out to be quite a continuous number. No kind of build or focal point per se, just kind of runs along, does its thing, and yeah, slowly, again, leaving its mark on you, which I must admit I do love. Oof, I mean, yeah, that for me is just a very good example of a track for what it wants to do. Does it very well, you know, again, as I said, just washing over you gradually, and yeah, that's what it sets out to do, and does it well. Then number 15, we have Paradise by Ubi. I think if it's Ubby, let me know, but I think it would be Ubi, because Ubby would be two B's, I think. But yeah, here we go.
Welcome to the Paradise program. The way forward. Executing Paradise program now. Enjoy your visit.
Okay. Again, for me, it's a classic example of fantastic sounds on show, but a bit clunky in the production and arrangement, composition, all of that. And yeah, some of the production and percussion overall, just, yeah, not quite on point there. Vocal sample is great though, really liking that. Shit. What's it gearing up towards here? Interesting. Another example here of just not quite knowing what to do with its ideas and where to go. The direction not quite as clear. Some fantastic sounds in there, as I mentioned, and the vocal sampling is really, really good. But nah, like, yeah, just a bit lacking in direction for me, and belief with the ideas and a confidence going forward, I think. But yeah, definitely had its moments. Okay, number 16 now, we have Anku with Morbid. Oh, come on, give it to me. Again, intricate, detailed, fine, well cut. It's a shame because it's kind of like an inversion of what we've heard before already here. The percussion is fantastic. I mean, so sharp, as you can hear. But the stuff on top, I'm, yeah, not quite on board with. Something a bit jarring about it for me. Oh, but this is a bit swampy, a bit gurgly, a bit oozy, a bit... I like this kind of stuff more. It just has a bit more depth, you know, to the feeling of it. Ooh, that's quite nasty. I would love it if those wobbly, wavy sounds were just a bit more at the forefront of the tune and the mix, if you will. This kind of twisted, contorted stuff I prefer a lot more than the quite jarring, high-pitch, scything stuff we got in the first drop originally, for me anyway. I enjoy the theme of this one, again quite spacey, alien-like, but yeah, quite a big contrast between different kinds of heaviness there. You know, one kind all swampy, gurgly, really bringing it up, but then the more jarring and high-pitched stuff, which I mentioned before, which, yeah, just does bring the track down just a bit. So, good and bad here, quite equal on both sides, I would say. Following on from there, we have Fully Gassed by Outlaw. Here we go. Oh, is it going to be a bit of a bop? It's kind of like a grimy house kind of mix. I like it. Oh! I'm happy that was the build, or the start of the build, and not the drop. So, yeah, here we go. Oh! Jeez! Such a good, like, mix of elements and styles and, like, genres. Oh! Oh! That is so cheeky, fuck it up. You know, if it gets the stank face going, then you know you're onto a good one. I'm just like, nice swing and flow and rhythm to it as well, good bounce. That is aided by the vocal sample as well, so I think as a combination of elements, it works. There are a couple of points in that drop where the synths were a bit, you know, out of place and didn't quite flow and swing as well. But overall, the feeling is all there, and here we go again. Fake out. Ooh, cheeky. I think it's a good idea to have sounds you would usually affiliate and associate with rhythm just placed in a house format. Sorry, I had to really think about what I was saying there, but yeah, it works. Oh, little jumpy, lot of flavour in that one, getting me going, but also a good amount of gnarliness and just scything quality to it, you know, really cutting deep, even though it's got that infectious delivery on offer. So, yeah, a lot going on here. Not perfect at points in terms of the note placement and just particular notes playing off one another. Overall, a little bop, a good, heavy, acidic, you know, housey bop. Okay, moving on, we have Face by Nopu. Here we gone. The energy, it's getting me. It's getting me already. Oh, Mumba, Mumba. Yeah, there's something missing there. It's like, it feels a bit empty. Needs something beefy beneath driving it forward. This is good. This is great. What, like, why doesn't it feel that kind of fleshed out and rounded and whole in the original release? I'm not quite sure, but the contrast, as you can hear, pretty big. Oh, that is, that's lovely. Well, that was beautiful. Ooh, yeah, that cuts deep. That one gets you. It just gets you. Oh, fuck yeah! This one is grungy as fuck. So many amazing sounds here as well, and another that's cut very, very sharply. I mean, generally so good, but that first drop just puzzles me. Like, why is it so empty in comparison to the rest of the tune? I'm not sure, but it does bring it down just a bit in terms of that initial impact of the heaviness here. But overall, as I said, really very grungy, meaty, full overall. Yeah. Moving on, we have Ryudzin's Law with Hottentar, which isn't a group of words I ever thought I would hear myself saying, but yeah, here we are, and here we go. More grunginess straight after the grunge, here we fucking go. Oh! Oof. Okay, now again, this one is just cutting deep. The interplay between sounds fucking on point, and it's just got that grunge lying underneath, just creeping, oozing, seeping into you. This compilation, it's got some fucking flavour. Oh, swampy again, just really gurgly, oozing all of that filth. Just doesn't do too much, and it doesn't try to kind of overwhelm you, but it does with the with what it does. You know, the sounds are so intense and visceral, and that one is getting right under my skin and just sitting there and bubbling away. Knows what it's good for, is confident with that, and just puts it all into a nice little compact number. So yeah, that one works. Okay, a few to go. First off, we have Autoscopy or Autoscopy by D. Scarwa. So yeah, another interesting combination of words there, but here we go. Okay. Oh! Little space bass number, a little cheeky little free for me. Whew. Damn. The dynamic and interplay relationship between sounds is so good. Those wubs are just so juicy and fucking thick and fat and load of stuff inside that if you pop it, it just explodes. Perfect example again here of not doing too much, not being full on in any way, just having a collection of sounds and making it, well, toning it down, making it nice and compact, and just that. If you like Mr. Bill, you will love this tune, basically. You might see it also on, like, Spicy Boys, for example, that label, but very, very welcomed on this compilation, no doubt. There is a lot of good stuff here on this compilation. I'm finding it harder to find ones that I'm not big on, as opposed to ones I am big on, so, yeah, 3 to go. Here's hoping it kind of finishes with a bang. Next up, Retina with Days on End. Shimmering below. It's like an earthquake. Ooh. I like the faintness and distance of the percussion there. Not too at the forefront, just kind of operating in the background. Works well. Another here that kind of just chugs along, doing what it's best at. Not doing too much, not going OTT at all, and has an atmosphere and a general vibe, and just, yeah, plugs away. Acid. Good point to have this one in the compilation as well, in terms of the track listing. Not special, you know, you're not going to be blown away by it, but if you want a particular idea that kind of just reveals itself more and more over the course of the tune, and yeah, has a good atmosphere to it, then you are going to like that one. Retina, Days on End, I liked it. Penultimately, we have Oak Snare by Site Zero. Okay, penultimate one, here we go. That was it. 6 seconds of a, well, I assume it is actually called an oak snare, so, I just had to hear it again because, just to check that I wasn't going crazy, but, no, I played it twice now, and, yeah, it is just 6 seconds of an oak snare, if that is a thing. But yeah, Site Zero, good tune, fucking good tune. And to finish here, we have Postman with Synchronous Swarm, which is a cool name for a tune. But yeah, the final tune. Here we go, the closer. There's a lot going on here, kind of taking my mind in different directions. Very mechanical, working itself up, kind of like a machine gearing into action. You can hear the clockwork, the machinery, the industry, just ticking away. Not something to get into per se, but a lot to appreciate about it on a sonic level. The kind of thing you'd get on Meth Lab or Inspected. So sinewy and stretchy, and you can just feel yourself ripping it apart, all these little bits just firing off at you. So nice. Fuck man, the quality here and across the compilation is mad. Like, when do we stop calling Interval an underground label? Do you know what I mean? Like, that is craft. What a subtly powerful way to close. Fuck, that was a good comp. Been a long video already, so I'm gonna keep it quite short here in my summary of the compilation. But a great range of styles on show, I think that would be undeniable, and a lot of shorter cuts and some really long ones and a load in the middle as well. So yeah, a good mix on that front as well. Some that I think could be refined just a little bit to be amazing, and a fair few here that I think I can see myself listening to again and again and again. You know, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of harder for me to pick the ones I don't enjoy here, which says a lot about how good it is, you know, pretty much front to back. So yeah, bottom line, it's got to be up there with my favourite comps of the whole year so far for its range and quality of production generally, yeah, as a mix. It just, yeah, there's just so much good to it. And I also, perhaps most importantly, think it may have swayed me from Without God to Elan Vital, just for now, as a kind of preference. But yeah, this comp, it's fucking good. For what it's worth though, my absolute favourites here come from Darla, Jestik, Lyon, Stabby and Postman. There we have it. Bloody hell, that was I'm tired, but it was worth it because what a comp. But yeah, there we go. My thoughts and initial reaction to the new compilation from Interval Audio, Elan Vital Saison 4. Season 4, sorry, getting them mixed up there. But yeah, what did you make of this comp? Which tunes of the 23? A lot to pick from were your favourites, so let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel. And my social media accounts are linked down below if you want to find them. And yeah, if you want to find some other live reviews, I will link them just here. But beyond that, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know. And I will see all of you legends in the next one. Peace out.